I would think it certainly would be plan B. Whether he knew for sure, I don't know. I don't get into that. But yes, the text there allows for that possibility at least, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't think God revealed that particularly clearly. So the fact is, we did sin, and the fact is that the lamb had been provided before the foundation of the world. So God was ready for that contingency, if that's what it was, and he coped with the idea of sin. And Jesus then died a substitutionary death, Mark 10:45, in our place instead of us. He became sin for us, a sin offering on our behalf. God has laid on him, Isaiah 53, the iniquity of us all. That's a substitution. But for the death of Jesus in our place, we would be dying, and dying as sinners. So that's a very gracious thing. I was just listening today to the Matthäus Passion of Johann Sebastian Bach, and it's most moving the way Bach put that to music. Jesus is pleading with God, is saying, I'm not looking forward to this event coming up, the death of himself. If it be your will, Father, let this terrible cup of suffering pass from me. Nevertheless, may your will be done. And he went through it then on our behalf. That's a wonderfully moving story. That God is still looking. He didn't necessarily have to arrange all the marriages for thousands of years to produce you. God is seeking those who serve him. There's an element of choice here. Whoever wills, whoever desires to come to Jesus can do it. Yes, God is the one making the offer, but we still have the free will to refuse salvation. We can be called, and we don't accept that calling if we're unfortunate enough to make that mistake. And so Jesus speaks about the seed falling on good and honest hearts. That's a possibility. Daniel was told he was highly esteemed. He'd done something right. This very strange notion that God is not pleased with any of us ever at any point is fundamentally false. Every father is pleased with his children when they do well. So you have an element of choice here. We will not know, I'm sure, until we meet Jesus himself, meet the Father himself, exactly how all that intertwines. Let's not worry with it. What we have in Scripture is clear. You choose. Whoever wills to come to the Father, isn't that John 7:17, I think it is. John 7:17 is an interesting one. John 7:17, because there's an element of choice here. And in the case of the Bereans, Luke observes, these people, the Bereans, were more noble-minded in a royal sense, more liberal in the best sense of the word, more open-minded. They were searching. And because of that quality that they had in themselves, many of them became believers. So there's an element of you have done well in becoming a Christian. Granted, of course, that God is the one who offers you that plan from eternity.